Welcome back, everyone. Another tip.
Another Tuesday.
Nice, beautiful too.
It's a beautiful day. Time for a beautiful tip.
Yeah, it is, man. Summer's here.
Summer's here.
Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about what it's like to be on a downhill slope.
Yep. So there's two really main keys that we want to think of whenever we're hitting this downhill shot. Before we get to those, we're going to talk a little bit of how to kind of approach it. Whenever we're on this downhill lie, we have to expect that ball's not going to go as high. It's going to go lower. If you have a 7-iron, it's going to act more like a 5-iron. An 8-iron going to act more like a 6-iron, and so on. It's almost about 2 clubs, because as on a downhill lie, that club gets de-lofted, which makes it go lower and roll out a bit more.
And if you're ever trying to hit to a green or a pin or something even that's trying to get it in behind or up high, you can kind of just take it out of the picture.
Yeah.
Downhill slope, downhill lie, very difficult. Take your medicine and advance it to the proper spot going forward, and do not get too aggressive while you're at it.
Great point. Just take your medicine. So what we want to do, the two main ideas that really help us out hit this downhill lie, is we want to make sure that we have our weight forward.
Yeah, and that weight being forward, like you said right here, really pushing on your left side there, allows your front or middle of your chin there to really get almost slightly in front of the ball on the left side there.
Because what happens where if we start trying to get the weight transfer like we do off flat lies off mats, then if we bring it back here, we're going to hit the ground way behind it. That's going to cause a chunk or a top, maybe even a miss.
Yeah, and I've actually seen an odd miss before. Yeah. And you know what? I've been a part of an odd miss before.
I have missed one before.
Yeah.
So what we want to do, so we go in here, weight forward, and then from here, we want to make sure that our shoulders are almost level with the hill. We don't want to have it so we're flat kind of off of
if you have that launch like we're trying to get the driver, we're going to hit the middle of the ball or top it every time. You've got to get that left shoulder down. And we got to feel like we try to match that slope to allow that club to kind of follow that slope so we're not hitting behind that ball. Yeah, and go in and perform one, and every time you have to make sure when you're hitting the shot, you know that it's coming out lower. You know it, and if you have to get it in a long area or you're going for a long distance towards a green, it might actually be out of the cards. Yeah,
You might just have to lay up.
And I like it, just like I said earlier, taking the medicine.
Yep.
And let's get in there, get that front, that left shoulder down and the weight forward, and really swing with that slope, Joe. Yeah, really nice. And seeing it there, it's not going to go your typical distance, but advancing it and moving it towards the direction of the hole is key number 1.
Yep, that's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll see you next week for another beautiful Tuesday tip, but for now, give this one a try.
Absolutely, and enjoy the weather.